Okay, Shalom Aleichem. We're going to continue highly Sichos Haran. We're up to number 4. Okay, we're going to do 10 minutes. Okay, so the following. Nachman says the following. He says, Achshav says now, in these times, he's talking then, but obviously he's gonna see this is for always. He says it's very difficult. It's very, very hard to have money, like money for ish kosher, someone that's truly, trying to do the right thing, truly. Why? Because he says, because what's needed in order to have money is that he says you have to have a tremendous yerida, a downfall, spiritual downfall, until someone can even comprehend money. Like, if somebody's just, how do you even comprehend to have a lot of money? He says you have to have a major spiritual downfall, just to comprehend money. And he explains, he says, even after a person has that spiritual downfall, from, the service of Hashem, and Dayan love kol echad masig moyes. He says, even then, not everyone, merits to even comprehend money, what real money means. Why? He says, Kigam Harsham, Bekali Olam, love kol echad masig moyes. Even the straight out Rishon, they say, we're not interested in avoiding Hashem, we just want money. Even by amongst the Rishon and the Kali Olam, the people that don't take life seriously, not all of them, comprehend how to have real wealth. Reb Nachman, as we'll see soon, he's talking about real wealth. You have to realize, it's very important to realize this. Very, very important. Tzaddikim amitiyim, true tzaddikim, they know everything because they don't reach that level just. It doesn't come for free. So they get to see, what's the true good, and they understand what means wealth. They understand what means tremendous wealth, and they also understand what means true Torah and doing the mitzvos and rising up the levels to midas chasidus. So let's not fool ourselves. Reb Nachman, as we see, all the true tzaddikim, they knew what money meant very clearly. And he's explaining, this concept that's very hard. And he explains that basically even the Rishoyim and the Kalei Olam, meaning people that don't take life seriously, not everyone merits wealth. Some people might have, money, but real wealth. I'll just throw out an example. Names that today we know, you hear of these people, Bill Gates and Elon Musk, they, hundreds of, millions and billions. So that's called wealth, right? Okay. And he says, and continues, ish kosher be'emes, a real ish kosher emes, rochag ma'oid shiyah le'ashiris. He's very far from having ashiris. Okay. Continuing, he says, he dies because he says we should know the following: from the day that the Beis Hamikdash, second Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, nofal ha'ashiris. Maybe it's referring to the first Beis Hamikdash. Nofal ha'ashiris be'imkei klipos. That he says that true wealth fell into the depth of the klipos. The klipos, the husks, these forces that cover up the holiness. Okay. With the aspect of, he brings you a pasuk from Eicha, Vateret Paloim. Vateret Paloim means wonders. Okay, it's spelled Pei Lamed Aleph Yud and the Mem, and he says Paloim Oisius Alafim. He says that if you take those letters, you mix them up, you get Alafim, is referring to the thousands of wealth. So that basically, when we lost the Beis Hamikdash, when it got destroyed, the true wealth went down into the depth of the klipos, which is covering up the holy. Okay, Heini, he explains that the thousands of ashiris of wealth, yarad Paloim, it's fell to wonders, to the wondrous levels, like it really fell. Like we can't even get it anymore. The true ish kosher, okay? Continuing the Haney. He says, you read the Gedolah of Neflo, true wealth fell tremendously. Continuing. He says, Al Kain, therefore be'achreach, therefore it has to be Shilai Chaz v'Sholom. You read the Gedolim Oid. He says that in order to get that back, there would have to be Chaz v'Sholom. You read the Gedolim Oid, a major, spiritual downfall for a person. Koidim Shabbat Shiris, before he could even reach this concept of a Shiris. Deini Alofim Mizimonim. Okay, V'dayin Yisofa Kanal. He says thousands that should be Mizimonim means ready to use. And even if you can reach that level, he says it's still a suffix if you're gonna get it. Meaning, even if you're gonna take that spiritual downfall and try to get it, thinking you can maybe come back, it's not guaranteed. Okay. Continuing, Aval ish kosher be'emes. He says, but ish kosher for real, kosher lo'ima'oid. It's very hard. Shilei shiris to have true wealth. And he says, even though we find even though we do find tzaddikim and anoshim kesher, kosher people, sheyesh lahem ma'as, that they do have money, they're of means. He says, Avol, however, these people, he covered b'kosher ma'oid ma'oid. It's very, very hard for these true tzaddikim and these ish kesher to have the money, because it's very hard, because having money is tremendous in the start, right? Continuing, he says, and also this ashirish that these tzaddikim have, it's harmful for their service of Hashem. Continuing, he says the truth is, even though he says these tzaddikim, they have a little bit of a shiris, even though even these tzaddikim that they do have a little wealth, they don't have wealth like the kali olam, like the people that go about life thinking, and when they merit wealth, and they can have basically millions and billions, right, all ready to use, right? He explains further, because now kosher v'choved ma'oid, it's very hard and burdensome. Shia l'ksherim ashiras kanal, for the kasherim to have true wealth, as explained above. And he says, and it was said about B'Shem Rabbi Nachman Zekeni, the Haran Rabbi Nachman is saying that, and it was said about my grandfather. This is his grandfather, was Rabbi Nachman Hardunker. So he's saying, as my grandfather used to say, Sha'omar, and he says, Amash Omer Rabbi Zeini Zechron Levracha, he brings down from Chazal. It says in the Gemara, in the pasuk, it says Arich Yomim B'Yamina. It's referring to long life. V'Omer Rabbi Zeini Zechron Levracha, and the Gemara asks over there, Arich Yomim Ikar. So you're saying through a life of Torah you can have long life. Oishav Chavod Leko. But you can't have honor and wealth, like it doesn't go together. That's the Gemara's kasha over there. The Gemara over there answers, no, if through Torah a person merits long life, certainly he's worthy of having wealth and honor. So he explained that his grandfather used to say that the meaning is that it's rak kol shekain, meaning that of course they're worthy, sigh of having long life and kol shekain, and certainly wealth and honor. However, it remains by the kol shekain. They don't actually get it. He says certainly it's a kal v'chomer. That it's worthy that they should have it, but they don't get it. In the simple meaning. Because even though even if they have some sort of wealth, they won't have all these millions and billions readily available, because that's the challenge right now. Since the Beis Mikdash was destroyed, that true wealth fell into the imkas, the klippas, and so again, Reb Nachman was giving us tremendous chizuk because this was 200 something years ago, before we even thought of this type of wealth. And he's telling you, he says, look, when you're going to go on the tshuva path, he's saying it's very hard to get true wealth, but don't think you can, because as you're going to continue with Reb Nachman's farm and other Musa's farm, you're going to see what means tshuva. Tshuva means coming back, factory default. You have to realize that if you get to the end of these svarim talk about tshuva, you're going to see if a person really needs money because he's a bal choiv, right? If that's, and he did real tshuva, the svarim explain Hashem will give him the ability to correct what he owes, because that's how tshuva works. We're going to continue, Hashem.